Yeah, I know. You couldn't hear me, but I fixed it. See, I thought this was up. I didn't know I was live. But that's okay. What's up, guys? I'm here. Hey, Jeff Erickson. What's up, bro? Good to see you, Erickson. Be all studly out there for everybody. Yeah. D-Lo, the tech guy, running things in the background for us. There he is, back in the studio, running off a Starlink now. D-Lo got himself a hold of some Starlink. For those who don't know, Erickson, Jeffrey the Giraffe, Jeffrey Erickson, in the chat there was someone I served with once upon a time. Always checking in on my guys. What's up, dude? It's really good to see you. I got a new dog, for those who don't know. Zia, she was just barking at some dog outside. Come here. Come here, Zia. Come on. She does understand. Come here. Come here. Come here, Zia. She's like, come here. Come here. Come here. You want to meet everybody? Huh? You want to meet everybody? Come on. Zia, come here. Come here. You want to meet everybody? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Here she is. There she is. What's up, girl? She's a good dog, you guys. She's been all right. She has only peed once in here, and that was like the first day. And that's when I knew that she was telling me that she had to go out. And then she pooped once, but the rest of the time she has gone outside. And she's still looking for, there was a dog outside. She was like woofing at. Woof. You was woofing. You was woofing, weren't you? You was. We started working a little bit on sit the other day, but she hasn't quite gotten it down. But we'll work some more. Because of you guys and your kickdowns, I was able to get her some treats. Haven't been able to get her a leash yet because I went to Walmart and the leashes were locked up, and I was straight up like waiting, pushing that button. You know that fucking button in Walmart that you push it and then you gotta wait for someone to come unlock the deodorant or dog leash? Like there was dog collars I couldn't get because they were locked up. Like fucking ridiculous. So I was waiting there for a good 5 minutes. Probably felt like 30. I'm like, fuck this, I'll just go to the dollar store. So I went to the dollar store and of course they were completely out of, like, nobody went. Walmart had plenty of collars, but they were locked up. You go to the dollar store, there's a dog outside. She's gonna start barking again. You go to the dollar store, they're all out. So maybe if Walmart would unlock their collars, people would be able to buy them. Hey, I don't know you, but go home. Hey, there's a dog out here, like right in my. Hey, get on out of here. Get on out of here. Do the redneck thing we always leave. But yeah, it was like right outside the house. But yeah, she's a good girl. I'll get her a leash, or I'm sorry, a collar pretty soon. I haven't put that harness back on her. I do have a leash that like goes around the neck that I've been using for her, but honestly, I've taken her off of the leash several times and she doesn't run away. She stays pretty close and comes back when I call her. So she has learned her name already. So that's good. Sparking says, I'm very disappointed in you. That's okay. I have that effect on people. You're just another in a long line of people I've disappointed, and I don't mind. I do have memes of the week queued up. Some of these are submitted by some of you guys, so we'll be able to go through some memes that were submitted to me instead of the ones I found. So that'll be cool. I got that queued up. I got a video of Zag and Zia playing I wanted to show you guys. In fact, we could probably do that right now. Hey, D-Lo, pull up that, oh, that's not right. Hold on 1 second. Let me fix this. And then we'll pull up that video of Zag and Zia playing. Oh, that's the wrong screen. Oh. There it is. Here we go. I got you right here. There it is. If you follow me on Facebook, you've already seen this. Very disappointed. Thanks for that kickdown, Sparking. $10 kickdown. And Zach doesn't play this hard very often, but every once in a while, she'll get it out of her, or she'll get playful. She's a good-looking dog. She got excited that I crouched down. See ya. Hi, Zia. Hi there. I didn't want 2 dogs. Hi. Oh my gosh. Hi. Okay. I know. Why would anyone not want you? Why would anyone not want you? Huh? I don't know. I don't know either. Except maybe all this energy. And you know what? You just pooped outside. That's so cool. So Zach just found one of the toys I got her, because I did get them some toys. I got, but Zia doesn't do the chew toy thing. I don't think she really understands that she's supposed to chew on it yet. Elo says done. Yes, thanks for pulling that up, bro. Appreciate that. My tech guy killing it in the background. Maybe we could start a poll later. We'll figure it out. But I did want to show you guys that video of Z and Zag playing together, because one, like I said, Zag doesn't play like that very often. And two, just so you can see that she actually is blending in well, with Zag. I think that Zag prefers being an only dog, to be honest with you. She doesn't play with Zia very often. Most of the time, she just wants to be left alone. Right now, she's chewing on one of them toys I got her. Hopefully that'll, show Zia that Zia can chew on those things too. Hell yeah, Sparking, you're number 1. You're the top fan. Top fan in the chat. A stripper pole? What are you talking about? What did I miss? Did I miss the stripper pole? Very disappointed. I'm good with it. I disappoint. That's just my thing. That's just what I do, bro. I do have this bougie one. It's a tiny one, but it's a bougie one that I'm going to be sparking up in a little bit. Someone kicked it down to me. This home bum. I kicked him down $5. He's like, here, take this. But it was the last one in here, and it's orange. Dude, he must like orange sunset. So I was like, fuck yeah, dude, orange is my favorite. He didn't know that, but he still kicked it down, so that was a pretty good win. Got a new pipe. D-Lo, the tech guy, says got a new pipe, got another new pipe, and he bets on how long till I break it. He said take a pull, a stripper pull. I see. He's a funny guy. We could take bets on whose new pipe will last the longest. Because I got a Sherlock, and I am straight up cursed with Sherlocks, dude. I break these all the fucking time. Like, constantly, I break these. Usually because they fall out of my lap. So, I'm gonna spark it. I'm getting pretty low on weed, so that was a pretty cool kickdown from that dude. I haven't sparked this yet, but it smells amazing. There is a dispensary here, so I could probably get like a home bum or somebody to run inside and buy me some weed too. I could probably have them do that if I could find an honest one. Most of them would be doing it, would do it without ripping me off, I'm sure, but Dilo says, I'm about 2 weeks a pipe since last summer. 2 weeks a pipe. Where do you think my name comes from? Your name comes from, let's see, sparking across America. It's because you drive a Tesla and you have an electric vehicle and you drove across the country once, and one time, not twice, but once, and you named yourself that. That's my guess is. I'm probably not right. It's probably because you've been sparking like I'm about to do with this. Dilo says, I'm smoking on our sax friend's weed. Me too. I still have some of that. I bought before I left, but that's pretty much out. I might not be able to stick around this spot. I might not be able to stick around the spot and longer, as long as I thought. I might have to head to Bombay, but then again, like I might. I don't know, man. Yeah, just to get my hands on some weed, you know what I mean? Because I'm gonna be running low soon, so I'm gonna have to figure it out. My ID's up in Oregon. My ID's up in Oregon, so I haven't been able to get it yet, so I can't go to a dispensary. Yeah, I know sparking. He says, no, because I spark up in every state I go to. I figured. I'm being funny. Oh, it smells so good, though. Orange sunset. I wonder how much these are. Like 20, 30 bucks for these tiny little joints. Half gram each pre-roll. Infused. 41% THC, 40%. Hell yeah. It wasn't even an eighth. It was 2.5 grams. Can you have B&K send it to me? I'll bring it with me at the end of the month. Maybe. I might be able to do that. I'll have to send him some money for, yeah, that's what I was planning on doing. But, yeah. I got to get down there first, which, like I said, I might be headed down there sooner than later. It's a 3-hour drive from here. Or I might just hang out until the first. I'm not sure yet. But if I do hang out until the first, I'm going to have to figure out a way to get some smoke. Just got to figure out a way to get some smoke. I don't have no address here, so that sucks. But like I said, I could probably tap some hobo on a shoulder and have them bring some, or have them run into the dispensary and get me some. Might be the move. Don't forget to smash that like button if you're just joining. 9 people watching, 5 likes. I appreciate likes. 7 likes. Hell yeah, you guys are rad. Just popped up to 7. You guys want to see the first meme of the week? Let's see if I've got it queued up here. Hey, D-Lo, cue up that first meme. All right, this one is hold on. When your friend returns your electric razor, but his beard isn't shaved. Oh, I laughed at that one. He looks concerned. Sometimes you just gotta read between the lines of the meme. You ever loan your razor to anybody? I don't think I would. I mean, I don't think I would loan my. I'm weird with stuff like that. I don't think that I don't think that I would loan my razor to anybody. Of course, I am sparking this now, though. Have any of you ever loaned a razor? I feel like. Wow. That is delicious and gassy at the same time. I feel like that's like loaning your toothbrush to somebody, you know what I mean? Like, and D-Lo says, gross, I don't use a razor, but gross. And that's true. D-Lo doesn't use a razor. He just rips his pubes out with his bare hands because he's a fucking man. He's a fucking man. He just rips them out, just chest hairs too. But that was the first meme. I thought it was funny. I don't remember if that was submitted to me or not, or if I found that one. But I do have some on here that were submitted to me. Let's see. This one was sent to me. When you bite into a raisin cookie, when you bite into a raisin cookie thinking it's chocolate chip. I've only taken 2 hits, bro. I think we've all been there. You grab a cookie, it looks like chocolate chip, right? Like it's got the little like dark spots in it. So you're like, hell yeah, chocolate chip cookie. I'm all about that. And then you start eating and it's like oatmeal raisin. And you feel like completely deceived. Oh, don't worry. D-Lo just sent me a meme. I'm not going to be able to post it on here for this stream because I got to prep all this before the stream starts. But maybe I can throw that up on the next one. But there is a meme that was sent to me in honor of D-Lo. And I'll pull that one up next. But I did get one in honor of D-Lo, so we'll get there, bro. I will say that I didn't find any news articles this month or this week. I didn't find any news articles that like were funny or anything like that because the news is very inundated with everything else going on. So hoping that next week I find some funny news articles. If any of you guys have any funny news articles you want to send me, it would be pretty cool. But I'm sure that you guys are hitting the same struggles I am with when it comes to the news. All hail D-Lo. This is so delicious. I will say 40% though. Like maybe I should save the rest of it. I am in an off-road vehicle area, like off-road use, you know, like, so there's all these side-by-sides, but some of them, dude, some of these side-by-sides out here are like, I bet they're fucking $50,000 side-by-sides. And they're going like 60 miles an hour through here, you know, going over bumps and shit, just like butter, like smooth as shit. Some of them are pretty cool, I will say. I'm going to put this out and save the rest of it for later. I bet you we finish it during the stream though, because it is delicious. I am streaming from my new microphone. I got the blue ball. Literally says blue ball. Talking into a blue ball. I think this thing's pretty cool. It was this was cheap as shit too. It was like $20 off of Facebook Marketplace. Even comes with a stand. So I'm pretty stoked about that. $50K for all the bells and whistles and twin turbo. They base it $12K. Yeah, I've seen some of those side-by-sides that are cheaper. They're really not for like hauling ass. They're just for like cruising around in the desert. But these ones out here, man, they're made for like moving. You know what I mean? They've got, and the suspension on them has probably got 10 grand into just the suspension alone. They're just like if you back in the day, there was a spot that you could post up in outside of Vegas, like, well, kind of on the edge of North Vegas, and it was right by the track. And across the street from the track is this big off-road area. And there was a spot that you could pull up to and post up for a little bit. And I used to post up there and watch these guys out there in the Vegas off-road area. And some of those off-road vehicles were just insane, dude. And they actually would have the moguls, you know? And people be cruising over these moguls, and the tires are just like, boo, boo, bouncing like bouncing like a motherfucker over these things, but the chassis is not bouncing like the tires are. The chassis is solid, but the tires are like going over the moguls, and they're hauling ass like 60 miles an hour. Yeah, that shit was cool to watch. Long travel suspension is sick. Why did sick become a good thing? You know what I mean? Like, do you like being sick? Can't we say long travel suspension is healthy, bro? Yeah, that shit's so healthy. We're gonna start a new trend. We're gonna stop calling things sick and start calling things healthy. Yeah, I got talking into the blue ball. I'm not sure actually how good this microphone is. I haven't used it for any recordings yet, but I would like to. You know what I mean? I'd like to see, especially with like music, how good it records music. We should do King of the Hammers one year. Well, I don't know what that is. I don't know what King of the Hammers is. But never mind. I was gonna make a bad joke about the No Kings protest, but we'll move along. I don't want to bring that shit up. What's King of the Hammers? I do need to dump my tanks. That is where I'm at in life. I need to drive into town and dump my tanks. There is a dump station here in town. In fact, there's a couple of truck stops right here, and one of the truck stops has pumps, like gas pumps, that are specifically for motorhomes. And there's 3 gas pumps, 1, 2, 3. And at each gas pump, there is a dump station at each one. And there's water at each one of the pumps. Like, as soon as I get done here, that's what my mission is. I'm gonna like get this thing ready to go. It'll take me like 5-10 minutes, fire it up, drive into town, and dump my tanks, and reset and have a reset and get, you know, I don't know, you guys might not know how rare that is, but usually the dump station is like there's one for the truck stop, and it's hard to pull into, especially if you're towing. I mean, the whole thing is not designed very well. Usually it's more made for truck stops, and not RVs. But this one, like I said, has 3 dump stations, and they're at the pump. And it's the pump that's specific for motorhomes. So I thought that was pretty cool. King of Hammers is an off-road event, a huge event, rock racing, desert racing, hill climbing on rocks. Yeah, that sounds like fun. That could be cool. Fix this angle. I'd be down. Love a good reset. Yeah, that's what my plan is after this. Hit the dump station, dump my tanks. It's just a whole ass chore. And I think before I go, my stinky slinky, which is the hose that you connect to the motorhome, and then you connect it to the dump station, and all your shit runs through it. is kind of short. Like, it's a real short one. And I think I want to get a longer one, to be honest with you. And I think that they're like $40. So I might have to run to Walmart before I go to the dump station and pick up a new Stinky Slinky. In fact, I'm not sure how much they are. I'm going to look. I got the Walmart app. Walmart. RV dump hose. Is that what it would be called? RV dump hose. I got hose. Stinky Slinky. Yep, $40. Oh, here's one for 20. 10 foot. See, that's not very long. Here's one for 40 that's 20 feet. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to just run there. 10 feet I don't think is very long. Yeah, 15 would be ideal. But looks like they have 20 and they have 40. Or no, 10 and 20, rather. Sorry, 10 and 20 feet. So that's obnoxious. But I'm going to have to run to Walmart and pick one up. But I think the one I have is a 10-foot one. And yeah, it's just not long enough. It ends up being too stretched out. So when you pull the hose, there's a big risk that the end is, like, because of the pressure, it's just going to pop out of the fucking, shoot out of the thing. So, and then I'm going to get some, like, black water tank treatment thing. 10 foot in a coupler. Yeah, mine. Are you talking about mine? I think mine's 10 foot long. It's real short. So, having it a little longer is the move. You guys ready for the next meme? The next meme I got queued up here for the memes of the week. This one is dedicated to my tech guy, D-Lo. And it's, imagine getting sloppy and she looks up you wearing these bad boys. Someone sent me that in honor of D-Lo. Getting sloppy. That's, I don't know why that's how they describe it. Imagine getting sloppy. Who the shit is texting me? Oh. There it is. Finally came. All right. Let's see what other memes I got queued up here. Well, last year, you guys remember that the Glory Hole Park was going to be closed, right, for a few days. I have one that isn't a news article, but apparently there is a forest recreational area called the Clit. Welcome to the Clit. So, I don't know who needs to hear this, but it turns out that you can actually find the Clit. It's right here. If you just find out which state this is in, we could all go there, and we could finally find the Clit. People be backpacking looking for this thing. Hold on, my door popped open. I didn't close all the way. Give me a second. Hey, okay. Would you guys relax? What you barking about? Her bark is very piercing, by the way. So, I'm 41 years old, almost 42. And they say that we couldn't find it, but I have a feeling that we this is the first, like, the best clue I've ever gotten as far as where this is. I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna find out what state this is in. Because we might have to go there. Oh, you guys want to hear something funny? The Clit is right above the national wetlands, is what D-Lo said. This is not in a state. This is actually in Ireland. This is in Ireland. And the word is the cut. But I'm not an idiot. That's an L. Like, there's even that little space there. This is supposed to be a U. Right? That's what they're saying, the cut. That says the clit. So I think that this is like some hieroglyphic clue on where it's got to be somewhere in Ireland, wherever the clit is. It's got to be in Ireland. So, it just gives me more of a motivation to go to Ireland. Anyone want to go to Ireland with me? We could look for the clit together. The cut. You spelled it wrong, you idiots. So we got Glory Hole Park and we got the clit. It's a wild world out there. And no other letters space. Someone knew what they were doing. Exactly. Zia's trying to play with Zag right now. Zag ain't having it. He doesn't want to watch too. Okay. Well, they're okay. As soon as you aim the camera at them, they're like, nope, not me. I don't want to be on film. Come here, Zia. Come here, Zia. Come here, Zia. Oh, Zag did. Zag came. Hi, good girl. Hi, good girl. Have you been jealous lately of all the attention Zia's getting? Have you been jealous? Yeah. Yeah. See, now Zia wants to come up here. See, and I don't know. Zach doesn't like sharing the space, I don't think. Oh. Hi. Hi, good girls. Hi, good girls. Zia, you're a good girl. You are. You're a good girl. You don't have to be around that mean old lady anymore. Well, that was dramatic. She just jumped down and knocked the table. What's up, Deadhead? Deadhead says I'm a 70s stoner. So I almost said 70 years old. I'm a 70s stoner, so I don't need a giant sign to find the clit. A wink, a smile, and a low moan says it all. Dave, you got your bike back. What was wrong with it? Did you need a new battery? Was it the battery? Or was it something else? Did you have to rewire it? It's might be time to reload this. I'm a stoner too, Deadhead. And I don't know if you know this or not, but when you smoke weed, you end up getting the munchies and shit, right? Like we all end up getting the munchies. What's one of your favorite munchies out there? What's your favorite snack to have? Your favorite? How about this? What's your favorite chip? What's your favorite type of chips? Favorite chips and go. Oh, your bike was a bad controller. Under warranty. Shit, yeah, that's cool. Under warranty, so you had to pay $300 to get it fully reconditioned. I didn't know that you did that. Is that why you gotta wait? Is that why you gotta wait until after the first? My favorite chip is probably a here, we'll just start a poll. That's what we'll do. We got polls now. Let's see. Because we can do that now. We can do the poll. Oh, salt and vinegar. Tim's jalapeno. What's up, BK? Yeah, bless me. Under warranty, so $300 to fully recondition. Repack bearings, clean and lube everything. New brakes, pads, and rotors, front and rear, and service the electric hub motor. So I guess if you're gonna get an e-bike and buy it brand new, it makes a lot of sense to ride it hard while it's under warranty, and send it back and get it all like refurbished. Let's see where we're at. Oh, Cheetos ain't winning at all. I think I know why. But when the I can only add 4 options, by the way. Pringles. Oh, I didn't think of Pringles. I could have added Pringles. Man, this 40% joint. I'm glad this dude kicked it down to me because I'm really low on weed. And the weed I'm smoking is some weed that my friends grew. It's not terrible, but it ain't no 40%. You know what I mean? But I'm running low on that stuff, so it's like new now. Lots of power back. All right, putting this out because I think you're only gonna get like 3 real good lights on this thing. It's not a very big joint. They're like little half-grammers. All right, so we'll let this go for, we'll let it go for like 10 minutes or maybe 5 minutes. 10 minutes seems like a long time. But it's only gotten 3 votes so far. Most people just don't give a shit. Or their favorite chip isn't even on there. Anything Lay's is chip light for the not quite chippy people. Chip light, that's funny. Like diet chip. They are like they're cut real thin, but maybe people are into that. You know what? I would buy more Lay's if they had like a special type of chip where it was all of the folded ones, the ones that fold in on themselves. Dude, I like those. Like the ones that are like the perfect chip, those are fucking boring, dude. Give me a folded chip any day. That's why like kettle chips are pretty good. But yeah, diet chip. That's because there's nothing to it. But they do have good flavors sometimes. They did have ketchup flavor. They're usually the ones that try the weird flavors, though. Like, they're the ones that start that shit. What is today? Today is 23rd. Let me look at the... Of course, there's 31 days in this month. Oh, but... Yeah, no, I don't think I get paid because it's not a holiday. It's not like a federal holiday. Halloween? I don't think it is. So, that doesn't count. I don't get paid early. Well, I think I know why nobody picked Cheetos. Let me see. Hey, D-Lo, bring up that Cheeto one. Is it because they're made like this? I suspect maybe it's because they're made like this. Is that why nobody picked Cheetos? Like, Cheetos got 0? Who the fuck doesn't like cheese? Is it because they're made like this? Is that why? I suspect that has something to do with it. And I mean, like, that's not a litter box. Yes. Yes, I did have to zoom in on that, in case you're wondering. I did. The stuff they don't show you on the commercials. You know what I mean? That's why you can't trust these big chip companies. They're always trying to deceive you. They don't tell you their secret recipe because there fucking isn't one. It's just Chester. Just Chester shitting into bags for us. I don't know if it's funnier that nobody picked Cheetos or if it's funnier that if it would have been funnier if everyone had picked Cheetos, but either way. Polls over. Doritos wins. Sun Chips was good. Someone did vote for Sun Chips. I didn't think of Pringles, but oh well. These big chip companies, man. Deadhead says barbecue chip people can't be trusted. I got a bag of puffy pizza Cheetos at the moment. Well, you know what Chester had for dinner then. You know, he had some pizza for dinner. Pizza Cheetos? What in the fuck? Why is that even real life, dude? Pizza Cheetos. Like, I've seen pizza Pringles. That makes sense. It's not like Cheeto flavored pizza. Here comes a rig. Let's see if I can get this. Well, you can't see it very well when he cruises by like that, but some of them are even cooler than that one. But I don't know what's under the hood of that one. But they be hauling ass through here. Let me make sure that cord can reach for the next time. Oh, it's not very long. My cord won't be able to reach all the way. I'd have to move the whole setup. Fucking puffy pizza Cheetos. I hate everything about that sentence. I hate everything about that sentence. You guys, I am thinking I'm going to start doing interviews in the motorhome with people. Like, bring them in, spin the chairs around. I want to create a little studio in the front seat. I'm not going to be doing it, like in the next week or whatever, but I do want to start interviewing other people that are on the road. And I know a lot of people to interview. You're doing awesome with more live streams. Thanks. Hell yeah. Good to see you, Heath. Heath and Bobby in the house. These, sorry to swing you around. I don't know if you missed that, but these off-road vehicles out here, some of them are really sick. Dude, people, I mean, they be just cruising at like 80 miles an hour sometimes, right behind the motorhome. Kicks up a lot of dust and shit, but I mean, I'm parked in an off-road vehicle area, so it's expected. It's not like I can really complain that much. It's the desert. They're allowed to play. I came to their squat. They didn't come to mine. But I mean, at first the dust was like, oh, that's fucking obnoxious. This spot sucks. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm in their house. So maybe I could appreciate them. And it makes it way cooler. You know, like as they're going by at like 60, 80 miles an hour, that fucking piece of hardware I'm waiting for one of them to wreck, but they haven't yet. But it seems like they're about to, because I would be shitting my pants, dude. But there's a lot of desert like right behind me. There's like a butte, and then right behind the butte is like a big flat area. And I did see some campers over there too, but none of them lasted very long because those guys be going out there and just like fucking hauling ass. It's deceiving which direction they're going because I'm deaf. So I don't know which way they're coming from when they're behind me. They just pulled right up to the motorhome. And they're getting out. I'm gonna go see what the fuck. Or is he just... I'm not sure what he's doing. Oh, he's putting oil in it? He's just putting oil in it. Oh, that's weird. I just said I'm in their house, I guess, but did you have to do it there, bro? Like, he's right here. Something I do like about these windows is they can't see me, but I can see them, at least during the day. But he's like right. I don't know how much of that I actually showed because I wasn't looking at where it was aiming. I think I did okay, right? Or was that even the wrong camera? Oh, it was the wrong camera. Is it? I'm confused. Hey, Zia. Hey, relax. Relax. It's okay. Scoping your shit out. What's up, Kai Birdman? How you doing? So it's still coming up with your guys's like what's it called? Your actual names or whatever, your like screen names aren't normal. I don't know why YouTube's been doing that lately, but nevertheless, if Kai Birdman, if you've usually under a different name, let me know which name you got. You're usually under. I'd rather be broke. Dave says I'd rather be broke down by someone than deep in the playa. I think these guys came. There's a couple of like vans and RVs up here that brought trailers and brought off-road vehicles. I think these guys are with them, so they probably could have just pulled up there instead of right at my house. But you know, whatever. That was strange. But this dude isn't like. He might actually just be a local with a fucking off-road vehicle because it had California plate on it. So it's like he probably takes that on the road. Most people out are towing their vehicles in. But that's true. That tends to be why I ended up driving this motorhome down on main thoroughfares because I didn't want to go out and get more remote and then break down in some real remote area. I've done that before in a motorhome and it ain't pleasant. I was stuck there for 2 days before AAA showed up. I take that back. I was stuck there for 1 day until AAA showed up. But they showed up with a tow truck that was too small for my motorhome. So then it was the following day until they can get a bigger vehicle out there. So but yeah, that is the main reason I drove on like main thoroughfares on the way down. I didn't want to get too remote, which meant I couldn't do as much exploring. So this winter, I've got the van, dude. I'm gonna set that thing up and build it out, and I'm gonna do a little bit of traveling in the van while the motorhome's posted up somewhere. What is your closest city? I don't know. I'd have to look at the map. I'm kind of in between Victorville and Barstow. It's pretty out here. It's a pretty desert. It's nice to be back in the desert. Nice to be somewhere that I don't have to worry too much about getting chased out of here. There's bathrooms here in case I completely fill up my black water tank. I do wish there were garbages here. That's been an issue. I need to find somewhere to leave my garbage. Because I've got one big like one of those black, I don't know how many gallons it is, but one of the bigger black garbage bags full. So I need to find like a dumpster, and that's actually where it gets bigger struggle. You know what I mean? It's harder and harder to find somewhere to. I could find spots to put little bags of garbage, but bigger bags of garbage is a little more difficult. And the little bags of garbage is here in California. You don't get as many of those plastic bags, so you don't collect like garbage bags every time you go shopping. It's paper. I've got paper bags. Those are pretty easy to find a spot to stuff them in too. But I do have to find like a dumpster or a big garbage can to throw it in. You can always camp on Route 66. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to get too remote with the motorhome because it's old and it's got some issues. So I just want to get it down there and get it set, where it's going to be. And then I'm going to figure out, maybe even not repair it. Maybe just put it up in storage or something. What's up, Birdman? Hello again. I don't know if that's Kentucky Birdman or Kai Birdman. I'll just call you Birdman. Birdman. We out here traveling, folks. We out here enjoying the road, enjoying the desert. There's another a trailer over here that's camped near me. A couple of other vehicle dwellers, there's an SUV or something, or a minivan maybe. I think it's an SUV. Some people almost every night, some new person pulls in. One night it was a car, and they posted up in a tent for the night and took off. No plastic bags at Walmart in California. Nope. No plastic bags anywhere in California, it doesn't seem. Where it's losing my mind. I don't know what that means. But I do need to find a spot to dump my garbage. So that'll be my next mission. That's probably the only thing that this spot is missing. Somebody, when I got here, had left their garbage over by the outhouses here, the bathrooms. They had left their garbage out here, and the fucking birds got into it, and then the wind got into it. So it was spread out all over the place. And I don't know, whoever takes care of that bathroom had to come out here and clean it up today or yesterday. There's some that they missed. It's just spread all over the place, but that shit's obnoxious, dude. And it was probably one of these off-roader people who come out here and then they, just leave their garbage behind. They couldn't find a spot for it. But I'd rather just carry my garbage with me until I find a spot before I leave it out here somewhere for it to just get strewn all over the desert. Full-time March 1st, pockets full of money. Where are you going first, Mischief? Where are you going first? 15 people watching. Don't forget to smash that like button, you guys. Hell yeah. Appreciate y'all. I need to reload my page every once in a while because it doesn't actually register the likes as I'm watching it. It makes me refresh it and then it updates. YouTube's just got all sorts of little quirks about it that's really obnoxious, if we're being honest. Let's see what the next meme is gonna be. D'Lo said, I've carried large across state lines till I could dump it properly. Yeah, large bags of garbage. Same, dude. I'll just carry it with me. It's in the van right now, hoping I just come across a dumpster somewhere I could toss it in. But if not, I know where I'm going. I could throw it in a dumpster there, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I got the next meme queued up here. And this actually calls to me. I've done this. 100% have done this. Sorry, I can't make it. I have a lot going on this weekend. Actually, what I'm doing. I've always done this. Like, I just sometimes don't want to go do anything, man. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, you guys go to that party, and I just sit at home, watch TV, chilling, smoking by myself. I felt called out, so I decided to feature it. And I will say the meme game this week isn't as strong as it has been. Like last week was really good. But it was hard enough to find these memes, to be honest with you, with everything that's going on the internet these days. So, actually me just chilling on the fucking couch watching Breaking Bad or whatever the hell. Let's see. No, not that one, not yet. There's a video I'm going to show you too. Oh, this one was pretty good. I think that it'll either... I might get canceled for this one, but I think I'm just going to risk it. The wage gap isn't real, you guys. Men just tend to go for higher paying jobs like doctor, engineer, and CEO. Whereas women go for lower paying jobs like female doctor and female engineer and female CEO. Hashtag canceled. That's so good. It's so good. Here, I'll move this so you guys can... Oh, nope, not that. Not that one. Ah, come on now. There we go. Get myself out of the way here. Damn. That one made me laugh, so I had to share it with y'all. Wage gap ain't real. We've cracked the code. If I do get canceled, just know we're going to blame my tech guy for that one. He's actually the one running everything in the background. I'm just the host. You know what I mean? Like, he's running the show, really. So we'll cancel Dave instead. Mischief says, I don't know, 20 years walking away harder than I thought. Like, at least downsize a lot. Power and water. I'm good till death. Hold back. Same hold back where I started. So you're going full time for the first time. Is that what you're saying? On March 1st, you're going full time for the first time. Female doctor and female engineer. Wonder how many subscribers I just lost. Let's see how many watchers. Oh, I just lost like half the audience. All the female watchers left. I'm sorry, guys. Don't hate me. It's just funny. It's just comedy. It's just a meme. It's just a meme. Forgive me. We're canceling Dave. Remember, not me. 75% last 6 years. Always had my homestead as a home base. Oh, even 75%. So now you're just letting go of your home base. Yeah, I had my home base when I first started traveling. I had a home base for like a year, and didn't hang on to it. You know what I mean? Like, after about a year, I was like, all right, I gotta go take care of that shit. But it was an apartment that I was subletting out. So, didn't help that you lost your transmission. No, that wouldn't help at all, dude. I blew an engine. I know how much that sucks to have to start over. It's good that you had a home base during that. It's good that you had a home base to go back to. Thankfully, when I blew my engine, I was not at my home base, but I was, at my hometown. So I had people that I could lean on. But yeah, I mean, now I don't have that. Now, the further away from there I get, the closer to where I'm going I need to get. You know what I mean? But I have been taking my sweet ass time. It's been weeks since I left Sacramento, and what is a 10-hour drive has taken, me weeks to get to. Mostly truck stops, but now we're in the desert. I don't have to worry about, people walking next to my motorhome every day. Let's see what other memes we got queued up here. I got one more meme and then a video I want to show you guys. And don't forget that you guys can submit memes to me too. I only have really only a couple of requirements, like nothing political or divisive. And then nothing, my other rule is, what is the other rule? You gotta send it to me before the live stream because I can't, I've got to set all this up beforehand. So, that takes me like 30 minutes to send it all from my phone. And, so send it to me before the live stream starts. If you send it to me during the live stream, it might not get featured until the next one. So some of these came from submissions from you guys. And I don't know if you can hear that engine, but some of these came from you guys submitting them to me. And you guys can do that at any point, but if you want it to be featured on the next one, you guys send it to me before the stream, not during. But did someone just submit one? I think they did. That's so funny. Yep, they did. All right, so the next one is, and I'll also might lose some of you guys for this one too, just like I did for the last one. But girl, daddy, what does sober mean? Dad, I don't know, kids. I'm not a pussy. And it's got the wholesome, stockfish photo there of kids. I don't know, kids. I'm not a pussy. So, first of all, I want to say, if you're getting sober from anything, congratulations. Awesome. Your journey's badass. I don't mean to shame you. You're just kind of a pussy. You're not, though. Don't cancel me. Damn, this is hard. I knew I was going to struggle through these two memes. Yep. I lost more people on that one. That's funny. And I got one video to show you guys. We'll wait till the last one. We'll wait till the end of the live stream. You guys got me for an hour now. But it would be pretty sick to do interviews here in the motorhome. Set up the front area there, the dashboard and all that. Set it up as a little studio to interview people. And then, find nomads, find travelers, find people that want to get interviewed and have like Dave and I could totally do a podcast. The shit we talk about when we're just hanging out. Oh, there's another meme I think I just got sent to me. Yep, sure did. That one might get featured next week. The next time I do this, I got to get some memes collected. And this week it was, like I said, pretty difficult to get some together because of everything that's going on, in the world. Memes aren't as funny right now. So maybe I need to dig a little deeper. But it's all been so fucking, I might even delete my Facebook, honestly. It's, I don't really know what I get out of it anymore. Mischief says, I will say losing my credit in 2018 forced me to use my equity. Turned out a good thing. Now I'm on the other side, increased money I would spent by now walking with a miracle. No less, it's kind of surreal. How else? D-Lo says, how else do you kill time and boredom? Talk about just about everything. Yeah, we could, dude. We could do a podcast where you and I could talk politics with each other, and and we could talk shop and talk guns and talk traveling. That could be fun. We could even do like trivia, like stupid trivia. See, like do trivia, like we'll do common trivia and find out like what shit we don't know. And I do have a video queued up also. Give me a second because I need to prep it. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I wanted to avoid. There we go. You mean like a normal conversation between us? Yeah, pretty much. Exactly, dude. Exactly. We just bullshit, in the front seats up there, and should talk about everything. We could even have a little bit of like a rough idea of like some memes we want to show, or we could bring up videos, funny videos that we found on the internet, kind of like ridiculousness, like I'm about to do. I did actually already send this one. I think I sent this one to Davlo. But let's go ahead and pull it up here. Can I zoom in? Not on the videos, huh? Well, this guy, if you're wondering, he's setting up his phone right here. So he can take a video of himself, right? So he hits record and he runs away. Obviously in another country, Asia somewhere. I'm a businessman. And he gets his fucking phone ran over. Careful where you're putting your phone in the wild, you guys. This is like influencer 101. You know what I mean? If you're going to be setting your phone down, don't do it in the ghetto and walk away from it. Just get some cool shot of you in the ghetto. And don't do it in the street. You might get your phone ran over in the street. You got to think about these kinds of things. You know what I mean? Mischief says, only have one base. Choose summer, cool spot, move winter, or get a winter spot, move in summer, snowbird style. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you can have a spot. So what I do is, what I would like to believe that I do is I go to a different spot, every winter and every summer. But in reality, you end up nestling into an area or a spot up north and down south. And that's where you end up going. But I think I'm gonna switch it up, dude. Next summer, I haven't been able to actually travel on to places I wanted to go in a few years. You know what I mean? Since I got my property, I haven't done a whole lot of summer traveling. And so this coming summer, I'm gonna be doing some summer traveling in the van. And I want to go to Montana again. I want to go hit up a bunch of national parks. I want to go over to Michigan. And I'll just post, in the van, it would only be like 4 or 5 months. So it would be cheaper to travel in the van. It would be, I think, the way to go. I'll be able to go to more spots, go to more places. It's like I've got all the things I need, like the fridge and the solar, even a couple of power backups, you know what I mean? So it'll be all good. I'll be able to get real comfortable in that van if I build it out right. Montana just passed a law, entire state must accept cash. Hadn't heard that. Hadn't heard that. Let's see, Montana cash law. I don't see anything on it. Montana passes law. Everyone. Yes, in May 2023, Montana passed legislation requiring retail businesses to accept cash for in-person transactions. This makes Montana one of several states. So yeah, this was a couple years ago. Yeah, that's true, Dave. I got 2 dogs right now, but I am going to find a home for Zia. I like travel in the fall into winter. Less crowds than summer. It also depends on where you go. You know, I mean, some places are better in the summer. You know what I mean? Even in the fall, it's already like snowed in some of these spots that are cool to get to. So even in spring, it's still too cold or whatever. But it just kind of depends on what your like comfort level is for temperatures. So I can buy a Sprinter if I wanted now. Dude, hell yeah, get yourself a Sprinter. Spend like way too much on it. Do it. I would love a Sprinter van. Maybe if I play enough of this new McDonald's Monopoly game, I'll get me a Jeep and I'll sell it and get a Sprinter. Maybe I'll get the $1 million. You never know. Sonora Pass already closed, preemptive to impending snowstorm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, some places you don't have an option. You know, there's spots in Oregon that the highway will shut down for spring and fall, and just to keep it closed all winter long. It's really only some of those highways are only open during the summer. Like, you can't get back there. So, yeah, there's some areas that you can't. No, not just national parks, but I mean, there's awesome spots all over the country that aren't in national parks. You know what I mean? And that's how I start. When I started traveling, that's what I did. I was going from like national parks to national park to national park, but I kind of evolved over time. Like what my interests also did, and how much crowds I wanted to deal with also changed. So most of the big national parks are just like full of people, fucking all the time, everywhere. There's tons of people. So don't let those like brochures fool you. You're not gonna get some like remote, secluded area unless you're going to like maybe like Death Valley. You know what I mean? And yeah, you can't boondock in a national park. There's also that, but most of them there's boondocking like right outside of the park. But nevertheless, some spots are just the coolest shit to go to in the summer. So you don't always have a choice, is what I'm telling you. Yeah, the big 63 national parks are always busy. Yeah, the national monuments and the national seashores and the national recreational areas and the national there's tons of them, like monuments. Like those are the coolest spots. Those are where you're gonna find like some awesome camping. Even some state forests are really dope. Some state parks are really dope, or just outside of state parks are really dope. Sometimes state parks in some areas are better than the national parks, and they got showers and stuff. Federal parks very rarely ever have showers. I think I got one or two more hits on this 40%er I got here. Yes, you can. Yosemite and a few others asked for overnight hike pass. Sneak back to rig. Well, yeah, that's not boondocking when you're backpacking. That's not what boondocking is, bro. You can't boondock in national parks. That's a crime. Army Corps engineer camps are cool too. Yeah, they are. Even some BLM areas, but most of the time, like BLM areas aren't. They're pretty barren. You get lucky with a BLM camp, like a BLM area, to even have a campground. First of all, you're lucky to get a bathroom. There's a bathroom at this one that I'm at, so that's really cool. But but it's pretty rare that BLM's usually pretty like you're really boondocking if you're out in BLM land. And then federal parks have a little bit more services. State parks tend to have the most services. State parks are historically, in my opinion, some of the best parks that you'll get to out here on the West Coast. But you also spend a little more to go to them. But they oftentimes will have showers that you can use, even if you're not staying there. They got cheap showers that you have to pay to use them, but they're usually pretty cheap. Hawaii off your list. Denali National Park. I've never been to Denali, but I have been to Alaska, and I've been to Florida, and I've been to Hawaii. Yeah, most BLM campgrounds with bathrooms and water are usually $8. Yeah, I don't honestly remember the last time I stayed at a BLM campground. Typically, if I'm on BLM land, I'm boondocking. I don't know of any. I know that they're out there. I know I've seen them pretty remote areas, but that's pretty rare. You know what I mean? Yeah, state campgrounds, great for cheap and decent showers. Well, I think Oregon state parks have some of the best showers I've ever found on the road. They're $2, no time limit. You got a big ass room all to yourself with like a little bathroom area too. You get to lock the door. Like it's $2. You don't have to camp there. You just drive in, $2 for a shower, and they're like, yeah, here. Crawley come to mind, $8 a night. Yeah, and if you have the National Parks Pass, it's $4 a night. I'm actually considering staying in an RV park while I'm in Imperial Valley. It would be cool to get like 1 month at an RV park there. It's like $300, I think. I think that would be cool to just have 1 month plugged in, dumpster available. Get this thing like all fucking completely like cleaned out and set up the way I want. Be able to relax. Not have to worry about where am I going to drive to dump my tanks and get water and propane and all that stuff. I won't need any of it. I'll be able to plug in. Senior Pass 50% off free national parks. Yeah, that's the same as the National Parks Pass. It's also the same as the Access Pass. All those passes give you the same benefits. They're free to drive into any national park and 50% off on all federal campgrounds. Not just national parks, but all federal campgrounds. So that includes National Forest, that includes BLM, that includes Army Corps Engineers campgrounds, all federal campgrounds, not state, but federal. So oh, that's so tasty. It's so citrusy. I love citrusy weed. And Stizzies do it right, dude. These infused ones. I think it's mostly the infused stuff that makes it orangey, but I don't care. So good. I'm about to smoke the damn fucking paper on this one. State get library card, free wilderness pass, loopholes. 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 Yeah, that's true, though. That's good advice. A lot of libraries will have the state camping card or whatever that you can check out. Only golden and handicap passes. Yeah, the senior and the handicap. Yeah, half off at all campgrounds and half off at all All right, and you get to drive in for free. And that's not just national parks either. It's all national monuments. You know, if you go over to Lake Mead with your national parks pass, you'd be able to drive in for free. And most people, it's like they charge you to drive into Lake Mead. It's like $20, I think, to drive into Lake Mead with a four-wheeled vehicle. It's cheaper if you're on a motorcycle, I think, or a bicycle. Anyways, yeah, it's not free to drive in unless you have those passes. And then it is. Then it's free. You know, that's just a pretty useful nomading hack, is getting a hold of a national parks pass somehow. And you either got to get the senior pass or the disabled pass. Now, I know somebody who got a letter from her therapist saying that she was disabled, and it wasn't official. She wasn't on disability, anything like that. You know, she wasn't like officially disabled by the U.S. government, but she took that letter from her therapist to the National Forest office and said that they were hoping to get their access pass, the disabled pass. Here's a letter from the therapist, and they just handed her one, and she left. And I can attest to how easy it is to get replacements, because I'll pull up to the window at like Lake Mead and be like, hey, I'm a disabled veteran, but I lost my pass. Can I get another one? And they just hand me one, dude. They have me sign it and they hand me one. That's it. So it's pretty easy to get these passes. So there's another useful hack. Otherwise, if you don't want to go through all that little rubbish stuff, you can it's $85 for the National Parks Pass, and it's only an annual pass, so you have to do it every year, and that's the official way to do this. But if you're disabled or you're a senior, then you get the National Parks Pass for free. Should be half off for service members card too. I think that service members like currently serving, I think they do get a pass, but I'm not 100% on that. But I'm not 100%. But there was a time I remember I thought they did. I do know that veterans usually also have more benefits in the states that they reside in. For example, Oregon has for disabled veterans, they have a state. Oregon State Parks Pass for veterans, and it gives you 10 free days of camping every single month. And that's camping at any Oregon State Park. And Oregon State Parks have full hookups. So you get 10 days a month with full hookups, which is like, that's fucking sick, I think. Mischief says splurge on citrus 2 on some grapefruit slushies. That's the one I have. Yeah, I like the citrusy Smoke Pro. I got mine on affidavit signed at Saguaro National Park main desk. No proof asked. Dude, I've gotten mine replaced like so many times. Just by being like, hey, I lost my pass and I'm a disabled veteran. And they're like, here you go. And they don't even like check to make sure I'm a disabled veteran or anything like that. I think that one of them did actually ask, is there anything that says you're a veteran? And I showed him my driver's license because it says veteran on it. So they took that. I think that happened once, but I've never had to give them my disability letter from the VA. You know what I mean? I know that I'm going to be moving from this spot to go dump my tanks here real soon. So I haven't set up my network since I've been here. So I'm doing things like the old van life way, which is hooking my phone up to the screen and mirroring it. But I will say I do miss my network, and I do miss Zigflix, because I've been streaming off of Netflix lately, and I'm so over it. There's like jack shit on Netflix. Cool little place near Mitchell, John Day, Aries. Just want septic, power and water, livable structure, a little acre. If you look on Landwatch, I'm going to show you a little hack how I found my property. Right here, landwatch.com. Not sponsored by Landwatch in any way, but landwatch.com is how I found my property. And the trick is to go to the area that you're searching, go to filters, and then click on owner financed. And if you select properties that are available for owner financing, you don't have to lean on your credit in order to get yourself some property. So I think that that's pretty cool. That's how I'm getting my property. Been paying for it. I'm almost done. Actually, I should be pretty close to damn done paying for it. And then I'll have to go get the deed switched over. I'll have to go get the deed switched over at the county seat, and then I'll officially own that property. So that's kind of neat. Just slip him a hot dog. Yeah, slip him one hot dog. Every once in a while, I'll look on Landwatch because it would be cool to find a spot down south, like somewhere to go in the winter. And D-Low, I think that maybe we could, like, between the two of us, get an even better spot than what one of us could afford. So maybe we could talk about going in on a spread that's like getting us 10 acres, 5 acres each or something. But we split the cost. Here, I'm hearing on mini Starlink on standby mode, still YouTube, and use cell service $10 a month. Turn on and off at will. I don't know what all that meant, but I will say that a Starlink, it does drain your solar system. I hear it has a pretty heavy draw, but maybe the new one doesn't. Maybe the new one's got better draw. Dave Lowe would know. He just got Starlink. I think he's got the mini one, actually. For me, it's like, I just use my cell networks, dude. I just, my whole internet setup is on my cell networks, and that works for me with most of the things that I'd like to do. But it's got its drawbacks too. But for the average internet user, it doesn't really have its drawbacks, unless you're in an area that's so remote that you don't have signal, which does happen. Some spots out there don't have signal. But $50 a month for 50 gigs is not very much, dude. I would burn through that in a week, in less than a week. But that's just with me not caring about my internet use. Just because I have unlimited on my phone, I'll burn through 50 gigs of internet in a week. If I'm being more careful about my internet usage, I could stretch that maybe for 2 weeks. Like if I'm not doom scrolling and shit like that, but yeah. I could turn Starlink on my phone for $10 a month. It would give texting anywhere I am. Yeah, I do know about that too. It doesn't give data though. It only gives you the ability to send a text. But that is still pretty cool. I will admit, that is still pretty cool. I use most of my texting's done on Facebook anyways. So that would be, I wouldn't lean on that verb as much, you know what I mean? The mini's using 80 watts. Okay. So that's about how much power I use when my fridge is going, my computer's on, my whole network's going, and the TV's going. So, yeah. Yeah, T-Mobile. I got T-Mobile also. I don't remember seeing any of the Starlink on my phone though. I'm not sure why, but I wouldn't add it anyways if I had a choice. Like, I would not add that to my account. It's not instant text. It will go through. Yeah, it's a text message. You know what I mean? Like, it goes as fast as the internet will allow. But it's using data to send that text, not the actual TTY network. So, yeah, for me, I don't know if I would get Starlink simply because I'm already paying for internet on my phone. So spending another $50 to get internet, like to get 50 gigs, I don't know. Like, I could see that being useful in some areas that I go, for sure. 100% could see that being useful. But a lot of the areas that I go that don't have signal also have pretty heavy tree coverage, too. So I don't know if Starlink would even work in those areas anyways. But I don't know. It's a tough one for me, man. Like, the initial investment to get the hardware is the toughest part too, because that's like, it's hundreds of dollars to get the to get the setup. But yeah, honestly, 50 gigs is not that much for like a normal internet user. If you're using, like, if you're literally in the middle of nowhere and you can have your phone connected and you're doom scrolling and you're streaming stuff, 50 gigs a month is like, they're definitely gonna get you in the over fees. So it's $329. Yeah, hundreds of dollars for the base mini package. And that's not with all of the accessories, is it? That's just like some of the stuff. The latency they've improved on. I will say that. They were, when they were first launching satellites and Starlink first came off the ground, the latency was a big issue with Starlink because it's satellite. So it takes longer time to reach the satellite and then bounce that information back. And there was, like, I guess, gaps in satellite coverage. So it was like every 10 minutes or so, the internet would disconnect and reconnect when the next satellite came around. And that was an issue they were having. But as they've launched more and more satellites up there, they fixed that kind of stuff. So that's less of an issue, I've heard. Now it doesn't really have that problem. As T-Mobile Starlink text clearly says, it will be delayed up to 3 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. No accessories, only a 120 volt cable and a pole mount kit. Yeah, that's pretty bare bones, isn't it? You didn't get that 12 volt. You did get that 12 volt plug though, didn't you? Because we were looking at that together when you were looking it up on what you should get. Starlink has 2 specials. That's cool. Everything included in one payment monthly. Seeing it twice now. Yeah, I'm still not going to get it. Like I said, it's just not very much internet. To have a monthly bill it's not very much internet to deal with all the fucking hassle, honestly. Like I said, I'm already paying I'm already paying for internet on my phone. So having 2 internet bills, it just doesn't make sense to me. Now, if I was in a house, that'd be different. Because then I could do something called port forwarding and I could host my own internet. Or not my own internet, but I could host my own website from my house. So I could host like nomadiczig.com. But that wouldn't make any sense when I'm at home and I have a house. So I'm not nomadic anymore. But you can't do that over cell phone towers. You can't do that over Starlink either. So, yeah, it doesn't really help me that much. But for other people, like Dave got it. I think it's cool. I'm gonna I mean, it is definitely the future. Satellite internet isn't going away anytime soon. So now we finally connected people literally from anywhere in the world. Can instantly communicate with each other. There's no dead zones anymore. Cell networks are still the most reliable, but that is going to be obsolete in the next 50 years. Towers are going to be completely obsolete. Everyone's going to be on one company's satellites. And there's no competition, is there? There isn't 100% a monopoly. It's going to turn into one. How are you going to separate a company? I mean, I guess they'd have to separate the phone company and telecommunication company from the satellite company and the launching company. I don't know, but that's going to be a problem because towers are going to be obsolete eventually. If you had Starlink, ran it 24/7, cancel cell service, use Starlink to dial out with phone. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to spend all the money it would cost to have it running all that time, plus the data that would cost, knock yourself out. But like I said, I use 150 gigs a month at least. Let me look on my phone right now to see how many gigs of data I've used on this phone. Let me see here. Data usage. Yeah, I'm up to 145 gigs this month from October 1st. And that's actually, I haven't been downloading anything. I haven't been heavily using the internet. I've been traveling. So this is on like a normal, just on my phone and streaming and doing some live streams. 145 gigs. Now, if I'm also downloading a bunch of movies and TV shows, I have used up to a terabyte in 1 month. Believe it or not. I have used up to 1 terabyte of downloads in a month of data. So that would be $1,000. That's 1,000 gigs. So it'd cost me $1,000 if I was on Starlink. Whereas I have unlimited on my cellular network, and now I'm pissed. Thanks for that kickdown. These are like the most confusing kickdowns I've ever gotten. Sparking, like you sent. First you were disappointed, now you're pissed, and I'm happy to hear it. I could use this $20, and I could buy you a diary, and you could tell me all about it in your diary. Thanks for the kickdown. It's like being like scolded and rewarded at the same time. I don't know how I feel about that. That's funny. But yeah, I get unlimited data on my phone, so I don't know why I would switch to a plan where it's like, nope, that's gone. Buy those radios, all on the same frequency, set for who has more for friends. Free 24/7 anywhere on Earth. I don't know. You talking about those radios that used to be in the phones? It's like the Nextel, where you could like radio each other and talk. I will be honest with you, they should have never gotten rid of that. That shit was pretty cool. That should be built into every phone. That was pretty sick. They should bring that back. But that wasn't using satellites. That was using cellular. I'm pretty sure. Okay, for excessive use, cell plan, turn on Starlink as needed. Again, I have unlimited data. Unlimited. There's no excessive cell use, like when it's unlimited. So I wouldn't need Starlink. You're really trying to convince me to get something I've told you I don't need several times. I don't know, like, why you want me to have Starlink so bad. You want to buy me Starlink? You can buy me the hardware, but I reserve the right to sell it. Cellular walkie-talkies are cool, dude. Yeah, they should have never gotten rid of those. Those Nextel things, I remember those. Dude, actually, Sparking, I really do appreciate those kickdowns. That gets me closer to that $100 payout that you have to get to before YouTube pays you. I won't be able to use it until I hit that $100, but $20 gets me much closer. Plus with the super chats I got last live stream, I think I'm sitting at like $60. So if I make $40 off of ads, I'll get paid out next month. But yeah, those cellular walkie-talkies were cool. Now I'm sure that you could download an app. I bet you there's an app for that, which is lame. You have to get Starlink or else. I will definitely let you get me Starlink. I gotta heart this too. I've got to heart this kickdown because it's a kickdown. I've got to. It's a kickdown. But don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me how to freedom. Don't tell me how to freedom. But thanks for the kickdown. $14 after YouTube cut. That's true. I forgot. YouTube takes 30%. They even take 30%. I don't know. Do they take 30% of super chats? I don't know if they do. I bet they do. Of course they do. Watch. Does YouTube take 30% of super chats? Or just Google, I guess, would be it. Yeah, they do. Oh, that's so douchey. That is douchey. Yeah, they take 30% of the super chats also. They should give those to us straight across. 21 now. Dude, but that's still cool. It does get me closer to that $100 mark. Because if I relied on just ad revenue alone, it would take me like 3-4 months sometimes to reach that $100 mark. So. Oh, see, here comes a motorhome pulling a trailer behind him with an off-road vehicle on it. And then a toy hauler RV behind him. Oh, this one's like a dune buggy. Oh, there's a sand rail. That's what that is. No, Zach, go lay down. All right, come here, Zach. Come here. Super chats a tip, no tax. Yeah, I agree. It shouldn't be, but they do. They take 30% of super chats also. Yeah, some more off-road vehicles are pulling in. I know you're messing with me. I know you are. I do appreciate that $30, though. That's cool. And I hope that I am pissing you off. I hope you find a healthy way to deal with that. You know, I bet you when you eat Snickers, you eat them upside down, so you can feel those veins on your tongue. But what you don't know is that Retro Games is my burner account. That might make sense now. Never seen you guys in the same room at the same time, have I? Yeah, Dave got it because sometimes the phones are slow where he's at. And he's got to sit somewhere waiting for it to download something so he can do his work. So Starlink will be much faster for him. That's why I said for me, I don't need it. Do you think your ex is watching your live streams? I have no idea. I have no clue. Which ex? My ex-wife? Which ex are you talking about? I've got exes, and I got exes in different area codes, bro. It's a weird question. See, this is why we need to have a studio set up and have a podcast, Dave. We could call it the Winter Podcast or something. Start a whole new channel to do it. Because then we could have each other to talk to instead of the chat. And the peanut clusters are my favorite. What peanut clusters? The last one, bro. Jesus. Alicia, she might. I don't know. She might. I mean, I would be surprised if she did. I mean, I think she did there for a little bit. I know that she, I know that she did because she hit me up a couple times. Like, no, I don't care if she watches. Red Ambulance Dude from Courtside has a solo podcast. Is that his channel's name? Red Ambulance Dude? Red Ambulance Dude YouTube. Nope. That's not his channel name. Solo podcast I could do. I do need to get some, I guess that's kind of what this is, right? Like what I'm doing right now, where I have like memes queued up and videos queued up, funny stuff. It would be nice to have like a direction or a flow of things I'd like to talk about, but I don't really do that. I just kind of wing it, don't I? And we end up where we end up in the conversation. But maybe, I could do videos about like current events in that impact nomads. For example, Dave and I could talk about that for hours, like where they've made like it's illegal to sleep in vehicles and stuff in some states, in some cities. So that could be a thing. You guys got me for another 10 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna go dump my RV tanks. Get this thing moving down the road. It's not very far. I gotta take it, just drive it into this little like stop up here, and dump them. So look up Trades to Wealth. What channel I started when I was doing a lot of commercial construction. All right, dude. Trades to Wealth. Did you ever get wealthy? Is your RV converter plugged into the lithium battery? No, my RV converter is not currently plugged into anything because it is not designed for lithium batteries. So I don't have it running. But if I had to, in like a pinch, I would. It wouldn't damage the battery, but it isn't hooked up to it right now. The solar is enough. Down here, now that I'm farther south, closer to the equator, and I'm a little closer to the sun, and there's less clouds and smoke, my panels are doing all right here. And I'm not using a whole lot of power either. So I haven't like turned on my entire network yet. I haven't even built it yet. I haven't turned on my television yet. I've been like conserving power, and it's fine. Like right now I'm at 13.1, and that's with my inverter running 20 watts, and then my DC running whatever it's running. I'm at 13.1, so no more lithium. Sodium out now, much safer. Yeah, battery technology will be changing pretty fast. But lithium iron phosphate batteries are pretty stable. Like they're not, they're pretty safe, dude. They're not like the old lithium ion batteries that like we still use those in like drones and RC cars and stuff like that. But they're not the one. You shouldn't be getting those for your solar setup. They aren't stable enough. They're not great in the heat. They aren't great when they get low. The lithium iron LiFePO batteries are pretty safe. So I don't know much about the sodium ones, but yeah, I haven't read up on that at all. But if Dave and I did a podcast, that means we'd have to hang out at least once a week during the winter when we're near each other. Oh shit, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? So at the end of 420, at the end of 420, I'll end the live stream. But on that note, I'll pack the little bowl here since I only had that one little burner. But that was a good one, man. I'm pretty high from that Stizzy. That's what it was, a Stizzy. There's a Stizzy dispensary right there where that dude was hanging out. But I kicked down $5 to this guy flying a sign. But I didn't do it from the car. I walked over to him and talked to him and offered him a hit of the pipe. And he's like, well, here, I got something for you. And gave me the last joint in that little thing. So that was cool. Do I put gloves on when you play with a waste hose? Yeah, I do. But it's funny that you would ask that because Dave had a whole post, D-Lo had a whole post about the stinky slinky and how some people insist you should wear gloves and some people raw dog it and don't care. I do have gloves and I do wear them. I will tell you a funny story though. The first time I ever dumped this thing, I threw some gloves on and I went out there and I'm in flip-flops though. And I didn't think anything about it. I just knew I'd be handling this hose and I should have gloves on. So I hook it up to the RV and I hook it up to the dump spot. And when I pulled the black water tank, the hose popped off and I had to run over there and stick it on real quick. And I got it and it still made a little bit of a mess. So there I am in flip-flops and I was real happy I had gloves on. And that was probably the grossest. So now not only do I wear gloves, but I also wear my boots when I do this too. That was a lesson learned the hard way for sure. And that's a true story. That's why I want to go get a longer hose. That actually happened. The few times I was with Dave, I borrowed his hose and it was long enough. But my hose is just too damn short. And sometimes you can't get that close. Sometimes it's distance, right? Sometimes you're stretched out all the way. And that's why that thing popped off. Because it was already stretched all the way. And there wasn't enough give for it to like have the weight of what was in the hose. So I also wear boots now too. Fun fact. But I don't, it's not like I've never done it without gloves on. I have done it without gloves on before, and it's never been a problem. I will say when I wear gloves, or I'm sorry, when I don't wear gloves, I feel the need to wash my hands when I'm done. And when I wear gloves, I feel the need to wash my hands when I'm done. So I think either way, as long as you wash your hands when you're done, I think you're doing all right. I think that you're passing Dump 101. But that is probably the least glamorous part about RV life is the dump station. So funny shit. It was actual shit. It wasn't funny shit. It was actual shit. And I was in flip-flops. And there's, yeah, that's the thing. Thankfully there was a hose there too, right? That was just like, or maybe it was my hose, but I had to like hose it all down when I was done. Anyways, that's a true story. Cheers. This one is dedicated to Sparking for those $30 of kickdowns, the super chats. If anyone wants to kick down, all my links are in the description. I got Cashapp, Venmo, PayPal. If you want to sponsor a gallon of diesel, I got some dog food now that I got a new puppy. I'm gonna have to figure out how to spot Zia, because having 2 dogs, man, that's gonna be a lot more work than I ever wanted. You know what I mean? Especially if I'm gonna be in a van. So I'm gonna be in a van for the summer. They're trying to play right now. Zag's trying to play with Zia. Zag doesn't play very often. Every once in a while she gets well, watch. Now that I aim the camera at them, they're gonna stop. Yeah. Zia's like, I don't care. Zia, get her. Get her. Get her. Zag, get her. Zag doesn't get playful like this often enough. Zia's not even trying. That's Zag's play voice, by the way. That's her play voice. That cute little growl. Yeah, I don't get it, dude. That lady was just gonna like abandon that dog, man. Was just gonna abandon her at truck stop. And 100% is because the lady was being too lazy to take the dog out. I remember one of the times that Zia was going potty, she mentioned that Zia goes in the house sometimes. And I said, yeah, you just gotta take him out a lot. And I saw her like once a day would take Zia out. And I'll bet you it was right after Zia went potty already inside. Because she would always complain how Zia wasn't going outside. And it's really just a matter of waking up with her, or like, waking up and letting her out for a minute. Like, as soon as you wake up, take her out. They just woke up, just like you gotta go when you wake up. Anyways, and then, she goes outside like 4 or 5 times a day now. So she has plenty of time to do it outside. She sees Zag doing it outside. And so it's she's got that social cue from her. She piddled in here the first day, but she did it at the door, staring at the door. So you could tell she wanted to go out, and I just missed it. I think I caught it right as she was doing it, so I missed it by seconds. And then another time, I think I just slept in, and she went up front. So, in any case. Yeah, you just gotta take them out enough times throughout the day, so they don't have a reason to go inside. They're still playing. still have the old trailer and motorcycle on your New Mexico land. So the motorcycle was stolen. My first winter away, it was stolen, and then the RV, the trailer, I sold the trailer. So there's nothing on my land right now, and I don't think I could get this thing back on my land, to be honest with you. But it would be cool to get some land down south. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Go dump my RV tanks. I appreciate everyone hanging out. Thank you so much for those kickdowns, dude. Fucking Sparking been trolling me on other profiles. Yeah, I appreciate everyone being here. It was a good chat, good conversation. Actually, real quick, let's go through the memes of the week. Let's go through all those again, so we can. Oh shit! Did I close them already? I might have closed them. Let me see if I can open them back up. Oh, dang it. Here we go. We'll go through the memes of the week. Remind you guys what mischief we got into. First one was when your friend returns your electric razor. Oh, there it is. When your friend returns your electric razor, but his beard isn't shaved. Yeah. What the fuck? I don't even see anything in this. Do you see anything? It's just, I see a face here, and I see a car. I see a window here, but I don't see anything. There's a seat. I don't know exactly what this is supposed to be, but why didn't he shave his beard when he borrowed my electric razor? Anyways, because... Alright, moving on. Girl daddy, what does sober mean? Dad. I don't know, kids. I'm not a pussy. The wage gap isn't real. Men just tend to go for higher paying jobs like doctor, engineer, and CEO, whereas women go for lower paying jobs like female doctor, female engineer, and female CEO. This is also where Cheetos come from. Yep, this is how Cheetos are made. Things that they don't tell us. Food Inc. didn't even cover this one. When you bite into a raisin cookie thinking it's chocolate chip, and then, you do that. Yeah, that's the thing. This one was dedicated to D-Lo. Imagine getting sloppy and she looks up at you wearing these bad boys. Okay. There is a place called the Clit in Ireland. We should all just... That's where our meeting place should be. I knew we'd find it eventually. I knew that all those times that people would say we couldn't find it. We would find it eventually, and it turns out they found it in Ireland. Sorry, I can't make it. I have a lot going on this weekend. Actually, me. Yep. I have 100% done this before. And then this dude. Practicing being an influencer over here. Gotta be Japan. Korea. Here's a nice van. What poser. I thought that was funny. So, anyways, thanks for hanging out, you guys. I appreciate the chat. Thanks, Sparking, for those kickdowns. Until next time, miles and smiles.